Hi, I'm Howard Tipton, Town Manager of Longboat Key, and welcome to Tip Talks. This is a regular video series on all things Longboat Key. And with me today is Fire Chief Paul Desi. Chief, welcome.
Thank you. Thank you.
What we want to do today is talk about our favorite subject, storm season. It is something that happens every year. We can't avoid it. And so what we want to do is talk today about how people can be prepared for it and make sure that we're doing all we can on the things that we can control so that we're as safe as possible. So Chief, if you just want to run through a couple of things for us that are important for people to know.
Sure. I mean, being prepared, like you said, is really important. I mean, making sure that you have a go bag, making sure you have a plan. You know, you don't have to go hundreds of miles away from here. You know, just go over the bridge and maybe towards I-75 and go to a hotel out that area. Making sure the hotel has a generator. You want to make sure they have a generator. But medications, making sure that you take care of that part of it. Pets, make sure your pets are taken care of. And you know, one of the big things we had a problem with out here on Longboat Key was that some of the residents have electric vehicles, you know, electric wheelchairs, scooters, bicycles. Make sure those batteries are pulled out of the device and placed on a high shelf somewhere away from where the salt water can go ahead and intrude on them.
One of the things too that we learned from Hurricane Helene is you don't have to have a direct hit to have a tremendous amount of damage. That was 125 miles off the coast. The winds never got above 70 miles an hour, but that just caused a surge like we haven't seen in anybody's recent memory.
Well, that's the important thing too that you brought up is a surge. You know, it's not the wind as much as the surge, and that's what kills people is the water, and that's what we have to make sure people understand. And you know, with new residents coming in town here, you know, we have to educate those residents. You know, those residents come from someplace else and may not be aware of what hurricanes do.
Sure. We had a lot of new residents, but we have a lot of residents who are experienced, who have been out here for a while. And again, we just want to make sure that everybody understands that these storms are not predictable. The weather forecasters do the best they can, but we really don't know what exactly is going to happen. And that's why it's important that when you hear the word evacuation, it's not an option, it's mandatory. We don't want you here. We want you to be safe. As the chief said, make sure you're going somewhere inland. And then when the all clear sign is back, then you're welcome to come back. And what do they need in order to come back on the island after a storm?
So most importantly, if they don't have it already, you want to make sure they have our app on their phone. And it's www.longboatkey.org. You go to Hurricane tab and you hit Alert Longboat Key. That information's on there. We'll be able to give you information about the hurricane, what to do, when to come back. But before you leave the island, you have to make sure you do have a decal. And we have those decals available at Town Hall and also at the police station. So we ask the residents to go there now and get those stickers so they'll be able to get back onto the island in a fashion that we want, a safe area.
Right. So, and if you had a decal from last year, doesn't count. These are new every year, so make sure that you sign up and you get one. As the chief said, they're available here at Town Hall or at the police department. We want you to have those. The other thing to remember too is right after a storm, there's probably not going to be power. There's probably not going to be water, depending on the damage and kind of what we're dealing with. And so it's not going to be a lot of fun to be out here anyway. We want to make sure that the first responders get back first. Then we get the property managers and other key folks like Publix employees back so we can start getting things kind of operational. And then the residents come back in the third wave. And again, without power and water, we really just want you to come, check on your property, and then maybe not think about staying because there's not going to be a lot of fun.
Having patience.
Yeah.
Most important, have patience with us.
Yeah, it's just, you know, again, each storm is different. The amount of damage that happens, you know, is unpredictable. Our ability to respond, depending on that type of damage, can take time. We rely on state resources and surrounding communities' resources as well, and all of that is a logistics not challenge, but opportunity, and it just takes a little time to get it going. So we're fortunate that our power lines are undergrounded, so the chance for recovery for electric power is faster, but that doesn't necessarily address the feeds to the island, and sometimes those can be damaged, as we saw in Milton, where we lost 3 out of the 5 feeds that we had. So the number one goal is, you know, make sure you have Alert Longboat Key on your phone, make sure you have your decals, and make sure that you're prepared. That's for your safety, that's what we're asking. So, Chief, again, thank you for your service and for your leadership. Again, through Milton and Helene, your work in the Emergency Operations Center is what got us back and operating.
As we all say, it's a team effort.
It's a team effort. We have Public Works. Everybody was out here doing what they needed to do, but our number one goal is everybody be safe. And so if you follow these simple steps, you will be safe, and we'll get you back on the island as soon as we can. With that, that's Tip Talks. Again, thank you for watching, and for this storm season, be safe.